just the gamble right here on defense. Just expose the interior right there and kill it off. Wow, what a finish with two hands. Shot blocker, that's incredible right there.
Evan Mobley was the #1 ranked high school center when he committed to USC in August of 2019. His stunning mobility and two-way potential already had mock drafts projecting him as an early lottery pick. However, after a productive season at USC, Mobley is now making a push to possibly be the top overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. Mobley's first and in my opinion biggest strength is his mobility at 7 feet tall and his ability to handle the ball. It's rare to see a 7-foot basketball player possess the type of quickness and ability to handle the basketball that Mobley has. His quickness makes him deadly in the pick and roll as a roller, and his ability to create shots for himself with his handle gives teams headaches as well. You can't put a slow-footed big man on him because he can drive right by them, and you can't put a small guy on him because, well, he's 7 feet tall. Your best bet defensively is to put a strong forward on him and hope they can keep him away from the basket. Mobley's mobility also plays into his next strength, which is defense. Mobley is very quick for a player his size, making him a versatile defender. In an NBA that is becoming more and more switch heavy on the defensive end, Mobley will be a valuable piece that can hang with almost every position. In addition to his versatility, Mobley is also just a good defender all around. He plays hard, flying around blocking shots, doesn't blow assignments frequently, and is a savvy defender in the pick and roll. His lanky frame might limit his ability to hang with the biggest centers at the NBA level, but assuming he fills out a little, the sky's the limit on the defensive end of the floor. Mobley's final strength is his ability as a playmaker. To be clear, Mobley isn't a star playmaker at this time. He turns the ball over relatively frequently due to poor decisions made with the basketball. I'm listing this as a strength because it's clear there's playmaking ability to build on there. Mobley is good at recognizing when a double is coming in the post and kicking it out to an open shooter. He also does a good job getting his head up off defensive rebounds looking for a hit-ahead pass. These might seem like simple things, but for a young center to already have the space to build on shows a lot of promise for Mobley's overall ceiling as a player. Evan Mobley has a myriad of skills on offense right now, but outside shooting is not one of them. Mobley can shoot confidently out into the mid-range area, but once he gets beyond the three-point line, he's both hesitant to shoot and just not very good at it. On 1.2 attempts per game this season, Mobley knocked in 31% of his threes. On the surface, the percentage isn't too awful, but I will say that he has quite a number of pretty bad misses. My assumption is that it's just not something he ever really focused on growing up because of all of his other offensive skills. With his shooting touch extending out into the mid-range, I have some confidence that Mobley will be able to unlock his three-point shot with time, but it would be unreasonable to expect him to show up in the NBA and start draining threes right away. Mobley's other weakness right now is, well, weakness. In fairness to Mobley for how skinny he looks, he makes some pretty strong plays, but there are plenty of times where strong players are able to stymie him on a drive or push him away from the basket as he tries to establish position. It could be a struggle for him at times in the NBA if teams match up stronger players on him that can force him away from his favorite spots on the court. Like with his three-point shot, I have confidence Mobley will get stronger. I just think there may be some growing pains at the beginning of his career. Pun absolutely intended there. This first clip gives us a look at Mobley's mobility and ability to handle the ball. The play starts with Mobley bringing the ball all the way up and looking to initiate the offense at the top of the arc. When Mobley sees his defender trying to overplay for a steal, he spins to his left and takes it all the way in for a layup plus the foul. This type of move is impactful for a player of any size, but especially for a 7-footer like Mobley. This next clip displays some of Mobley's savvy in the pick and roll. The play starts with Mobley's teammate getting screened at the top of the arc. It's a good solid screen that leaves Mobley basically on an island having to cover both the ball handler and the roll man. Mobley comes up enough to slow down the drive and let his teammate catch up to the play, while also staying close enough with his quickness and length to potentially block any shot attempt. At the same time, Mobley stays close enough to the roll man to pick off the pass attempt when it comes seconds later. Mobley does a great job in the pick and roll using his physical tools as well as his brains to cause headaches for opposing offenses. This final play shows how Mobley can struggle at times versus stronger players. Mobley receives the inbound pass out near the wing and initially drives right. He then tries to work his way back into the middle, likely to get to his hook shot that can be so deadly. But he gets pushed away from the basket and has to settle for a mid-range jumper which he misses. Players at the NBA level only get stronger, and we could see some struggles from Mobley to start his career if he can't get to his spots as frequently as he did in college. Evan Mobley should be a top 5 selection, if not the top selection in this upcoming draft. With his size, mobility, and versatility on both ends of the court, Mobley has all of the potential in the world. He might face some struggles early in his career with fine-tuning his shot and adding some strength, but assuming he can develop in both of those areas in some regard, I don't think it's unreasonable to say Mobley has the potential to be a star. I think regardless of how Mobley is able to develop in his weakest areas, he seems like a player that can have a long NBA career with the skills he already possesses on both ends of the floor. My NBA comp for Evan Mobley is Chris Bosh.